3:37 on this Thursday. Wow, we're getting close to the weekend. And Jason is telling us might get a little rain in here tonight and first thing tomorrow, and then possibly more rain on Saturday, but improving forecast for next week. So we're looking forward to that already, and I hope you are too. All right, coming up on Fox 10 News today at 4 and 5. First of all, we'll have the very latest on that murder in West Mobile. A University of South Alabama economics professor, associate professor, found murdered in his home. Police are saying it was a gunshot wound. They're not saying any more about this case at this time. But Matt Weiser is the victim. He was found by South Alabama police. Apparently, faculty members there at the school requested the police go by his home to make a welfare check on him. Apparently, he had not shown up for class on Wednesday, and that's when they discovered the body there inside the home, which I believe is on Gaillard Drive, right across the street from the golf course there in Langen Park. But it's a mystery. But police are not saying much about this at this time, but we do know this, that Matt Weiser, an associate professor of finance and economics at South Alabama, was found murdered in his home, apparent gunshot wound. Police are treating it as a homicide, and they are looking right now for suspects. Also, that teenager accused of gunning down a 25-year veteran of the Biloxi Police Department, indicted today by Harrison County grand jury there in Mississippi. So we'll have more on that story. And then two California men busted in Baldwin County. They were driving a tractor trailer from California, apparently heading for Central Florida, when they were pulled over in a traffic stop. Police became suspicious and they searched the truck. They found some personal use drugs, enough for personal use, what I'm trying to say. But then a more detailed search turned up 45 kilos of cocaine inside the trailer, hidden inside the trailer of that tractor trailer. So we'll have the very latest on that story as well. And then, of course, we want to thank all of you again for participating in our fraud telephone bank that was enormously successful. We had more than 300 calls over 3 days. We had a panel of experts representing the Mobile County District Attorney's Office, the Sheriff's Office, Police Department, the Better Business Bureau, and they fielded more than 300 calls, and they were coming in fast and furious from people that felt like either they had been scammed or they might be a victim of a scam, or they wanted information to help protect them from becoming a victim of a scam. And it's so important that if you are a victim of a scam, do report it, because that way then the local law enforcement agencies have a record of what happened and they can possibly prevent something like that happening to somebody else. So we appreciate so much all of your participation in calling the Fox 10 News Fraud phone bank hotline over the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, more than 300 calls with the experts there. And hopefully we provided a service to the community so that you can be better prepared and better equipped to help deal with people that are trying to steal your money. They're not using a gun. They're not using a knife. They're not strong-arming people. They're just using their words. And they just try and talk people out of their money. So many sad stories to share with you that we heard over those 3 days. People being duped by people declaring themselves to be someone, and they would use somebody's real name with the Sheriff's Department, saying that, well, you failed to show up for jury duty, so we're coming to arrest you. But we won't arrest you if you send us $1,000 right now. If you'll send us a gift card, if you'll have, or give us your checking account number, or other people that would call and say, this is the Social Security office here in Mobile. There's been, it looks like there's been some sort of breach in your Social Security account. Could you please give us your Social Security number? Never, ever, ever give out personal information to anyone over the phone, okay? That's just the bottom line. You know, never give out your Social Security number, any credit card numbers. Never agree to pay anybody anything over the phone. You know, again, any government agency will do one of two things. They will either send you a registered letter, such as the IRS or the Social Security Administration. They will send you a registered letter outlining what it is they need from you, okay? Or if it's an agency such as the Sheriff's Department or the Police Department, they're going to show up at your front door. They're not going to make a phone call first and say, we're coming to get you, okay? They're going to show up at your door if there's some sort of issue ongoing. So just keep those things in mind as we continue to, unfortunately, have to guard ourselves against unscrupulous people out there that are trying to make a buck by just trying to take your money by any means necessary other than through violence. And that means posing as people they're not, or having you give them information that you shouldn't be giving them. So always remember two things. Number one, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Dismiss it. If someone calls you from a number that you don't recognize, don't even answer the phone. If you do answer the phone, do not give them any information, any personal information about yourself, your family members, your grandparents, anyone like that. Do not give out any personal information. In fact, probably one of the best things to do is ask them for their number, their return number, and then turn that number over to Mobile Police, the Sheriff's Department, the District Attorney's Office, the Better Business Bureau. They'll make that follow-up call. 9 times out of 10, when they give you a phone number, they've already moved on from that number. So if you call it back, usually it just rings and rings and rings, or you get a busy signal. So like I said, the best thing to do is don't even answer a number that is calling you that you don't recognize. Just don't even answer it. And never give out your personal information about any aspect of your personal life. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So just some of the lessons that we learned from our fraud hotline with our phone bank experts, and they offered some great advice during those 3 days. I hope you're able to take advantage of that. And if you have any other questions, of course, you can contact the Mobile County District Attorney's Office, the Better Business Bureau, the Sheriff's Office here in Mobile County, or Mobile Police, and they'll be glad to help you as well. I'm Byron Day. That's all the time we have for this afternoon. It's 3:44. Lanice is coming right up in about 16 minutes with Fox 10 News at 4. She'll be joining me for Fox 10 News at 5. So we're looking forward to seeing you then.